And a great spot to start this drive from here. On first down, Potter. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And at the end of that one, he's knocked down hard. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Fresh set of downs here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
To throw on second down. Potter, he'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
A nickel look by Seattle on third down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Back to throw. Potter. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Lutz puts this one. Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of...
Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Throwing on first down. Potter. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. So the D-line's going to spread out. Looking to throw on second down. Potter. Space to run past the 20. Brought in left side by Snead. And down inside the 15 he goes. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Running with Olsen, the tight end. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. To throw on second down. Potter, and that is incomplete here.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. And that's their center. They're down to 1 remaining. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line now. Now a handoff here to his running back. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. Now they try the right side here. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints add on to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Lutz now to kick this one away. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And nice work on the return as he'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. They start on the ground with Rawls. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On 3rd down, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Seahawks. 49 yards. First down, this is Rawls. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 5 at the 4. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Of course, remember last week, week number 1, quite the opener for him. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he does not want to be a flash in the pan. He wants to have that type of a game.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to run with Rawls. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas Rawls, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have made and they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. Ted Ginn's gonna go. And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Potter. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. A breakaway for Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Lutz now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The drive begins with a run by Rawls. He finds an opening past the 40. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right? And he's taken down here by the Saints. On 2nd down, Rawls. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Wilson to throw on 3rd down. And he fires one, but incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
On is the punter, Ryan, to send this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And they have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
They go play action here on first down. Buying time to his left. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Frank Clark able to drop him for a loss of 4. And a play like that with how far he had to go to make that sack shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic, this is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
To throw on second down. Potter. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Throwing after the interception. Potter. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. He'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Looking to throw on second down. Potter throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Caught by Snead over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. So 1 yard to go here on third down. Looking to throw. Potter being chased out left. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, now they'll try the end around. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Willie Snead, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints add on to their lead. An update from Buffalo. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Wilson to give to Rawls. Pushes him over. Oh, he's got some breathing room. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set. 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Wilson going to give to Rawls. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Going to Rawls on the dump-off. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. He had the start to a season a week ago that everybody wants to have. NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Can he do it a second time?
He can. He absolutely positively can because of his skill set. When people adjust to him, he has a great ability to adjust himself and make them continue to chase him throughout the game.
In motion is the tight end Graham. They run with a power back. Rawls. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. First and goal from the 8. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Here's Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And the 13-year man puts it through. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we send you cross-country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report, here's Larry Ridley. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now a play fake here on first down. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down. Operating from the gun, Potter, and that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going to try and throw. And he's got Snead. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A gain of 4 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Potter. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Potter and the tight end Olsen right side. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Here we go now. Leopard.
Looking to throw. Potter out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And the D looking like they may blitz. They give it to Rawls. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They go again with Rawls. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. A nice, strong run there for Rawls. His coaches back in high school in Flint, Michigan, you know what his nickname was?
No, what was it?
The Train. The man can break some tackles on occasion.
Well, it makes sense when you watch runs like that. Because when you're trying to deal with a train, you're supposed to get out of the way, right? And if you don't, you're going to get bruised up trying to tackle him. That's the type of runner he is. He can pop people as he goes by them.
To throw is Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Stephon Anthony coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Right. Move the team. Everyone's got 4. 4 down. Hey. Jump.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Drops it underneath for Rawls. Gave a glimpse of his power that time. And then brought down at the 30. 7 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. We're still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. Wilson now on 3rd down. He's going to float this one deep right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And his kick is right through. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you...
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. To throw on 2nd down. Potter, he'll air it out deep for Thomas. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because a strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Now a handoff left to Rawls. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. Defense showing blitz. They stay on the ground, rolls again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
So the defense gets the pick. The offense, Charles, they go backwards, but they do get 3 points.
Very happy to get the 3, but you know who's happier? The defensive team on the other side. They shut them down after the turnover.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out is the Saints offense. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defense.
But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, to them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pick up there, 26 yards. On 1st and 10, Potter. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard at the 16. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Back now in Seattle, Washington. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Potter. Over the middle, complete. That's Thomas. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
All right, here we go. Back down in that Philly. Here we go. Leopard. Leopard. Hurry up. Here we go.
Now a handoff looking right. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
All right, here we go. Green, gun, gun. Gun, gun. Set. Green.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. The play clock getting low, so Sean Payton says let's take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Brandon, my evil, reckless brother's on my shoulder screaming, go for it, but I just knocked him off. You can't do that here. Field goal's a chip shot. Take the points. No way you can let this possession end without getting some points.
And Lutz's kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch right down the pipe, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
And he didn't leave much doubt there, did he? Good snap, good hold, and that one was dead center.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Counter play, Rawls. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first. Play the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
Watch time, watch time. Tight end right.
The busy afternoon continues for Rawls. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Go.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's John Ryan now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Potter. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you've got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the fourth quarter now. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their second on the young season. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Hitting the home stretch here in a great game, a tie game. Let's see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back. On first down, Wilson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sheldon Rankins breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. To throw is Wilson. To throw on second down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run. Read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. They'll hand to Rawls. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They'll run with Rawls. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. He'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
All right, here we go. All right, now look at 50.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Coming left is Kamara. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? I love the look you just gave me because I know what you're thinking. If you're going to run towards the perimeter, you better either stay in bounds or get the 1st down, or both. He did neither.
Imagine the looks he's getting right now from his team, from his coaches. They go over those scenarios all the time, and as you said, he did neither.
They are in the 4th in Buffalo. The Bills have taken the lead in the final stages. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
Well, not the position they want to be in. Still a very, very small chance here, but they almost need a miracle.
Agreed. That means they've got to get it to the sidelines, get out of bounds, and preserve clock.
Wilson to throw. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Throwing now is Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 4th now in Carson. Chargers continue to pull away. They have opened that lead up even further. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. Here's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Saints are going to win this football game. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for New Orleans, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody.